and do not necessarily reflect those of B1039, Up North Radio, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Time for Curries Corner, brought to you by Big Rapids Pennzoil and Auto Repair, Seth Winger at the Winger Insurance Agency, Gilbert's Carpets Plus Color Tile, Barrington Firearms and Training Center, DW2 Drywall,
the Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids, and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus,
and Michigan Landscape and Excavate.
There's a man named Pat Curry, he's got a passion for the news. Brings the stories of Big Rapids and Mecosta County to you. Tune in and turn it up, let's have some fun.
All right, he's ready to go.
All right, Bobby, thank you. Well, I tried to get here by 8:30,
yeah.
We almost started.
But usually you're taking care of business outside, so.
Yeah, there you go. We got a lot going on this morning, Bob, so we're going to try to get through it all.
You got it.
In an hour and a half. But anyway, don't let the old man in, Toby Keith. Today's one of those memorable days because we're going to have a nice warm day. Bill Shively came in this morning. He said at 5 o'clock it was 72 degrees. So get out there, enjoy it, and if you can't, get up to that window and look outside and smile, because I tell you what, there's no better day than today. A little windy out there, a little windy. But anyway, I want to talk about scholarships just for a couple of 1 minute, Bob, time me. Big Rapids High School is very fortunate to have businesses or like the foundation, Mecosta County Foundation. They give scholarships out. My son Matt's over there to the Robert Miller wing this morning at the MISD, giving some awards out this morning over there from the foundation. I'm just a little disappointed on the people that try to get the scholarships. We had one at the Big Rapids Alumni Association meeting last night, and that was Tony Foster's son. Excellent football player. He's going to be going to Ferris State next year. So he got a nice chunk of money last night awarded to him. He was the only one, that's kind of sad, that applied for it. We didn't even have to argue who was going to get it. I mean, this young man, he gave a great resume, and he's just a good young man. So my hat's off to the Fosters. They got a couple grand awarded to them. So good for them. But there's a lot more out there. The Community Foundation, like I said this morning, is a total of $2,950 going to give out to for the Robert D. Miller scholarship, and then one that touches all of Big Rapids' heart in Mecosta County, Stuart Hamill scholarship. Stuart was taken away from us many, many moons ago by cancer. He's younger than I, and he left two little fellas that have done real well in life. In fact, the one married Tony Neese's daughter. Not that makes him special, but he is special. And anyway, two scholarships given away. So you high school students out there, I know you're not listening, but next year, you juniors, get out there. There's a lot of money, Lenny. I got Lenny Scheibel with me. Good morning, Lenny.
Good morning, Pat.
Yep. And then, Lenny's here. He wants to tell us something about the Vietnam War and about the golf outing that's coming up. He came in the station the other day. Greg Beaudry happened to be there. And he said to me, he goes, Pat, he says, would you help sponsor a hole at the golf outing? I think it's the 17th of May.
Yep.
Boy, I'm pretty good, aren't I? I don't even have it in front of me.
It's scary that you're this good this early in the morning.
Yeah. And I looked at him, I says, how could I say no? I've never said no to any vet. My God, in today's world, these servicemen sacrifice, like, again, Toby Keith, that song about I'm an American soldier. We should play that today, Bob, if you want to get that up there, eh? And because we're not streamlining this morning.
We are right now.
Yeah, we are?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, when we take it off Streamline, we'll play American Soldier. Cool. For Lenny here. Lenny is a veteran. And Mike Brecka, I believe it was. Mark, yeah, I get those two mixed up. Approached him and asked him to help out, right, Lenny?
And I thought to be the chairman would surprise me.
Yeah, well, who could do a better job than you? I mean, I don't know how anybody could say no to you. You've been a great figure here in Big Rapids for many, many years. Started out Marco, right? Your
Long
first
ago.
Car dealership working for Marco, and then you went on your own Premier Motor Sales, Southtown. You can talk about that a little bit. I'm going to give you 25 minutes, Lenny. Let's talk about yourself and why you got involved with the vets.
Okay. Well, First of all, thanks for having me on, and in behalf of the American Legion and the AMVETS, that's who I'm representing today. Today is actually the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War, so it's kind of fitting. A lot of us that came back from Vietnam never got thanked, and so what we're trying to do is have a golf outing at your brother's golf course at Clear Lake on the 17th of May. We're looking for golf teams now. We've got enough hole sponsors, but we need more teams. You don't have to be a veteran to have a team. We do want all the veterans out there. We have quite a big day going for Vietnam veterans and all veterans. We're looking for volunteers. Anybody that can walk, chew gum, or play baseball or golf, come on out. We'd love to have you. My phone number is 231-598-7000. I'd love to have you call me and say, hey, I want to put a team together. It's $75 per person. We have food. We have tons of prizes and tons of giveaway stuff. So it's going to be a very, very eventful day. So
it's gonna be kind of touching at times, though, isn't it? Because there'll probably be a lot of vets there and reminiscent of the day.
Yeah. And, we're hoping that it is touching. We have some neat things planned for the driveway coming up. It's kind of like the MASH thing where they had signs pointing into different directions. How far we're going to do that coming up the driveway, say Saigon, 2,000 miles or whatever. We'll do something like that.
Right.
But we have challenge coins, which are a big thing for every Vietnam vet that we bought a bunch of challenge coins, and I think that's one of the things that somebody would keep with them for the rest of their life, and maybe even pass it down to their family members, because it's going to be very special, very, very special.
Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in St. Clair Shores, which is about 200 miles east of here.
What brought you up here then?
I got kind of shafted out of a car deal down in Muskegon with a guy named Fred LaFontaine, and came up here, and Daryl and I happened to be friends at that time, and I came up here and started working for him. And my father-in-law had a cottage on Youngs Lake long ago, and so I was familiar with the area, and then I came here, and it's like, how could you not want to live here?
That's so true, isn't it, Bobby?
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
I cannot. When I go on vacation, when I come home, it's like I'm home. This is awesome.
You did a great job. I know we're jumping course a little bit, but I want to talk about you a little bit. What year did you go into Armed Forces?
1966.
What branch?
I was in the Air Force.
Okay. How was that experience?
It made you become a man.
How old were you?
I was 18.
Yeah.
Just graduated from high school and went right in. And I was actually, when I went to Vietnam, I became the youngest NCO ever in the Air Force that got promoted. So I ended up a staff sergeant in the Air Force within 4 years, which you don't do today.
How did you get that rank? What do you think that was inside you that the officers saw, that leadership?
Probably what I still do today is you do all you've agreed to do. We ran Premier Auto that way. If somebody wanted something, we got it for them. We never lied to them. If they thought they had something extra coming, we did everything we could to get it to them. So I ran my business the way I ran my life. And being honest is to me the most important thing. And growing up with my father, your handshake was your bond. We don't take deposits from customers if they want to buy a car. We shake their hand, say, hey, it's your car, and we hold it for them. So your word is your bond, and I think that's what got me through the military and through my life to be 77.
What 18 years old, if you can remember, that's many years ago. You just had a birthday at 77, I think, right?
Yep.
So you're talking 59 years ago, right?
At least.
What was going through your mind at that time, 18, when they said you're going to Nam? What was it like? What was you guys? I wasn't then.
That's crazy, because I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and the snow was up to your eyeballs, and the wind blew 100 miles an hour. It was just not fun in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It was fun in the summertime because they had Frontier Days, which was pretty nice, and Greeley, Colorado was close by, and Boulder, Colorado. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
the Tetons were beautiful, but I could not do that snow. So I said to my commanding officer, I said, I want to go to Vietnam. So I volunteered, actually.
Wow.
And they pretty much thought I was crazy. But when I got off the plane, it was during monsoon season, and you don't run from the monsoons. You just walk, because no matter how fast you run, you're still going to get soaking wet, you know. But it was something I volunteered for just because I was not happy in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
But it's danger.
A lot of danger. Yeah, every day. Yeah.
But 18 years old, a kid today at 18, I don't know if he could handle that.
No.
There's a lot of mature kids.
Well, it's because I believe the parents don't raise their kids the way we used to be raised. You know.
How was you raised?
With an iron fist, you know, with a leather strap, and
we all were.
Yeah, we all were. And my dad came back from World War II, and I think, you know, we didn't understand PTSD back then, but I'm sure my dad probably had PTSD the way he reacted sometimes. Yeah. But I don't begrudge my parents on how they raised me. I think I'm a better person for it today.
Isn't that sad? I know, you know, I look at your career, and I remember when you worked for Darryl out there, the first thing you did when you approached somebody or they approached you, you smiled at them.
Sure.
And then you verbally greeted them.
Yeah.
I kind of feel I'm that way too, you know, I mean.
Without a doubt.
But I wonder why our generation, and I'm happy I'm in your generation, slightly younger, but I'm in your generation, we really were raised right.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, we didn't get away with much, but we raised hell. Bobby, I didn't mean to say that word, but they say it on TV now, right?
That's allowed.
Yeah. But so you came up here, and what made you decide to get into your own business? I mean, you were making good money out there, I'm sure, because you guys are selling a lot of cars out there at Dodge.
Yep. Well, I believe that I could make money for myself instead of somebody else. And quite honestly, sometimes in a big dealership, they don't do all they've agreed to do, you know, and that was something that I wanted to do differently, is sell cars in a reputable way. And, you know, I think car salesmen have always had a bad rap, and I wanted to try to change that for ourselves. And we have huge customer satisfaction.
Yeah, you do.
You know?
Yeah.
And
well, you made the thing about I cut you off, and I apologize.
You're fine.
But I'm good at this, right, Bob? No, Pete Kent's better than I, but
that's why I keep my mic off.
I'm not blowing smoke, but you made sure you made relationships with the right people.
Yeah.
You did do that in town, and you had a lot of customers year in and year out come back for another car from you. I mean, because you were honest and you're direct with them and said, this is what we got for you. I know my brother-in-law Phil from Cash Carry bought several trucks from you.
Yeah.
And I remember you going way out west to get one time.
Yeah, I've been all over the country getting cars. Before COVID, you know, we would go all over.
Right.
Yep. It's been a great business for me, and now that my son owns it, it's really, really good for him. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of I'm proud of my family.
Yeah, you are. I know. I love it when I see you post like your grandson was a great football for Reed City there. I was so happy for you, you know. But you're just a good papa. But now you're still kind of working down there a little bit, eh?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going in today because he's on vacation, so he'll be back tomorrow. So I'm off.
Kind of nice, though, isn't it?
It's fun. Yeah, I like keeping my hands in it. I go down there probably every day just to say hi. He's probably my best friend, you know, and he bounces stuff off of me, or if he needs help, I'm happy to help him. But I saw people that retired and didn't do anything, and then they died. You know, it's like, I'm planning on making it to 100. You know, so I mean, you kind of shot me down the other day when you had 3 more years till I was 80. That kind of hurt me a little bit. I never thought of 80. I wanted to jump by 80.
For 77, I'll tell you that.
I wanted to jump by 80 and go right to 100. So.
Right, yeah. But how long you been involved with the AMVETS over there?
Well, that's a good question. I recently, within the last year, joined AMVETS and American Legion. It's something I felt that I needed to do. I knew the American Legion was getting involved in baseball again, which I'm excited about, Legion baseball. So I went over there and signed up and met Mark Brecka, and Mark goes, hey, I've been looking for a guy like you, and you know, so he asked me to be the chairman of this outing, and I'm happy that I've done it.
Oh yeah,
it's been a good experience for me.
You got a lot of sponsors. I know. I don't know how anybody can say no to Lenny Scheibel, but
my wife says no to me all the time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's the only one though. Yeah. But just for young entrepreneurs out there thinking to be an entrepreneur, when you go into business, it's sole focus on that business. You don't have time to join clubs, do you?
Not in the
To get
beginning.
involved.
No,
No.
you really don't. I mean, I tried the Elks long ago,
Right,
and just
right.
it just was too much for my time to be taken away.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I can do more now that I'm retired. You know, doing this was almost a full-time job, getting the
Yeah.
sponsorships and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
this. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so and it's what you focus on, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're in business, you focus on your business,
Right,
You know,
yeah.
when I go into your business, you're focused on your business,
Right.
you know, and you're making sure everybody's taken care of, and
Yeah.
and we do the same. You know, it's what you have to do to succeed in this business, I think.
Did you ever, in your time, ever think about getting involved politically with any
I'm
one
not
of the
smart.
parties?
I'm not smart enough to be a liar.
Well, you're a voice. No, you're right. Yeah, you're not. But most businesses, I'll never forget. Like Ron Monk, he said, "I can't, Pat, because I'm in business.
Yeah.
I can't." But it's kind of sad that we didn't back in the day, because we're in trouble right now.
We are. Yeah,
I mean, I don't think Trump's that bad of a guy, but what he's doing right now is, holy Lord, he's opening up a new can of worms.
New
isn't
can
he?
of worms, but he's a businessman, so we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. You
Yeah.
know, he's going to try to run it like a business.
Right.
I'm just sad that I see our politicians that they go in with no money, and
I
then they
know
come
it.
out as multimillionaires with a small salary. It's like, how do you do that without cheating and lying to the public? So, and I don't do that. You know, I go buy a car and I make a little bit of money, and I go buy another car and make a little bit of money. So
Right.
that, you know, I'm not a multimillionaire like these politicians, and
Right.
and I'm okay with that because I can live with myself. you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you done well. Like I say, I've complimented you enough. We're not going to blow smoke up anymore, right, Bob?
Thanks.
But getting back to the AMVETS,
Yes.
membership's climbing over there, isn't it?
It is, and we could use more.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't been into the Post, it is really, really nice. We got a new cooler coming in, which I'm excited about. So there's Taco Tuesdays if you guys want. And you don't have to be a member to come in for Taco Tuesday, Pasta Wednesday, and Hamburger Thursday. And you don't have to be a member. Come on in, and it's cheap, and it's just really a
Well,
nice
they have-
atmosphere.
You can be a member. I know Dog's a member because he's the son of a father that
Right,
was in
they
the
have
service.
sons, right.
Sons.
Yep.
How they have the same rights and everything?
Yep,
I mean,
same
of course,
exactly.
you almost have to have that because, I mean, let's face it, we don't have a lot of service.
They're just as important as a veteran. I
Right.
mean, you know, because then maybe their family member would want to go into the military.
How many years were you in?
I was in 4.
Wow. You went in 66. You went to Nam in 66?
69, all of 69. I was
Right
in
at the height of it.
Yep. And I
There
was
was-
in the highest concentration of Agent Orange, which does not affect you very well in your health as you get older.
How you doing? You look good.
I got some problems.
Oh, you do?
Oh, sure.
I know it's sad, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yep.
God darn it. Bobby, you didn't have to go either. Of course, you're younger
He was
than I am.
younger. He was too young.
Yeah, I said to Lenny before we went on, I missed the draft by 6 months.
Yeah,
actually, so.
Nixon came out that 72. We got out of it.
Yeah.
We were all going.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody. But it was just one of those things where you were going to go. You were patriotic, and Dad went to World War II. And
I
all
guess
those-
I was dumber then than I am today.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm smart today. But
Did you enlist?
I did.
Wow.
Yep.
Because a lot of people were drafted.
Yep. No, I enlisted.
I'd say more than half are drafted.
I
weren't they?
enlisted probably before I got out of high school. You know, just,
Really?
Yeah. So as soon as I got out, I
You
went.
remember what you made a month?
Not very much.
I
no.
know, isn't that sad? I tell you, Toby Keith's got some great songs out. That American Soldier one, if
Oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't bring a tear to a
Yep,
guy's
I
eye.
agree with you.
I mean, you know, these guys have to work 4 days a week. They like that. You know, they want 3 days off. The American Soldier, he worked 24/7.
Yeah,
He didn't
exactly.
get Mondays off when he went to have a party
You
Saturday
didn't get any
night.
time off.
No.
But it's okay. It's just, you know, I almost wish that our country made everybody go in the military for
I know.
a couple years or 4 years, and you know, earned your college degree
Yeah.
that way through that. But that's another
Would definitely
political
teach
thing.
discipline.
Well, yeah, and respect. And
Yeah.
I think that's what we lack today in this country is respect. We don't respect our leaders, our main
No.
leaders.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
I mean, for or against him, I can't believe educated people are really crucifying
Yeah.
our president.
Yeah.
I mean, he is our president.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just sad that, I mean, he's not perfect.
I remember when growing up that my parents never talked if they were Republican or Democrat. And today everybody talks about it. And it's like it's nobody's business what you are. And then if you tell somebody that you're a Republican or a Democrat, people get mad at you and they never talk to you again. And it's like that's not what this country is all about. It's about standing together, as one.
If you look at the people who are being sensible about it, they're the ones that have worked their whole life.
Yeah.
For what they got, and they had the effort.
Right, and a lot of people are against China and China coming into this country and buying our farmland and building things in our
what's
cities.
Your thought on? We won't talk long on it, but being a vet, I mean, you're pretty protective over America. I understand that from all you guys that were that.
Yeah. Well, we went and gave our lives for it.
I know.
Our body parts. I mean, that was.
How about the growth of Big Rapids? What do you think? Why do you think people come to Big Rapids to stay here?
It's safe.
Yeah.
I would think. I mean, look at you got the state police, you got Ferris police, you got the county sheriff. I mean, you got more law enforcement here than you got anywhere else. You got a very good university here. Yeah. That brings in jobs. Yeah. We have great fishing, hunting. Why would you not want to be here?
They're building a new building down here at Ferris. You see that?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. I'd like to know an answer on that.
Well, they said they want to put the windows facing the football field so the students don't have to go to the game. And I'm thinking, why would you not want them to go to the game? And you don't sell concessions and stuff. It's like you need to pack those stands. We've got probably one of the best football. Well, 3 out of 4 years you got national champion Division II football.
Right.
It's like make this kids go to the football game, not sit in the room.
Right.
But that's not me. I'm not a political guy to get into that. So
your grandson, we'll talk about him for 2 minutes.
Okay.
He went to Reed City. He was quite a football player up there.
And scholar.
Yeah, very smart. Yeah.
Yep.
I got to compliment you, Lenny. Your son done a nice job raising him, and I know you had a part of it too. And the reason I say that is we went to Gypsy Nickel for dinner more than once, but wife and I and a few others, and he waited on us. And he is one of the nicest young people in Big Rapids. I told my wife, I said, you know who that is? And she goes, no, that's Lenny's grandson. And the way he handled himself and the way he handled us, it was just, I thought, wow, see there, it's a good family. He was raised right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And I tipped him well.
I love him. He sits with me every opening day, and then he and I and my son are going bear hunting up in Canada in June. And I said, "You're going to sit by yourself?" He goes, "Oh no, Grandpa, I'm going to sit with you."
Yeah.
And it's like I'm excited for that.
Now,
have
what's
3
he
generations
going in for education? What?
He's a junior at Ferris
Wow,
in business.
already a junior.
Yeah. And the thing he played 2 years at Ferris and wasn't getting much playing time. And he goes, you know what? I can go work 2 jobs and pay for my education and come out debt free.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
So he's going to come out debt-free from school, paying for his own education, and
good for him.
Huge.
Good God, that's great. Now he's also a physical education teacher. Or what do you call him?
No, he's going to be in business, but he does work at
PT or no. JT.
Huh?
JT?
JD Fit.
Yeah.
And he works with a lot of the high school students. Those high school students at Big Rapids love him for his training.
Yeah.
And he responds and relates to those kids really, really well.
Well, he's got that personality. So do you see him going to 3rd generation in the car business?
I hope not.
Okay. All right. Why is that?
Well, it's
grandpas are that way, aren't they?
Yeah. I think he needs to go do his own thing, My son does a very good job at it, but he was with me all the time. And Dylan is going to school. I think Dylan could make his own mark in life, and he's going to do something.
Yeah, he will.
He will. I'm very proud of him, and I'm proud of all my grandkids. So,
right, I know you are.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
4.
Oh, wow. And they all live around here?
No, I got 2. Josie and Dylan live here, and then my daughter, she lives in South Carolina. We're going there next week to see my grandson, my other grandson, and then my other granddaughter lives in Lansing. So
South Carolina, what town?
Charleston.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. We just went through there.
Yeah.
I stayed exit 53 there.
We're going to be there for a couple days.
Down in there.
There's a golf course called the island. It's the island course. It's the Kauai or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's a caddy there, and
Oh,
he's taking
really?
me
Is that
golfing.
Sawgrass you're talking?
No,
EDC?
it's Kauai. Yeah. It's the island course. But he's taking me golfing there one day, so I'm excited to go golfing there.
You've been golfing a lot of years.
Yeah, and still
How many
not-
cars have you sold on the golf course?
A lot.
I bet.
A lot of cars. But I'm not getting any better at it, so
No.
maybe I should just quit golfing and keep selling cars.
Right, yeah. No, my hat's off to you, Lenny. I'm glad you came
Thank
on
you.
this morning.
Thank you.
Two reasons. You're a vet and you fought for the United States of America, which we appreciate that, and all you vets over there, what you're doing. May 17th, I'm going to be there with the team.
We need more teams. I need a
all right,
lot more
well,
teams.
okay,
Get a hold of us. Somebody get a hold of us.
All right, so because a lot of people don't know, folks, but it's for the veterans.
Yep.
And all the money goes for the veterans.
No, it goes to the American Legion Post. We got
Whatever.
because we pay rent to the
Okay.
AM vets,
Okay.
because we use their post,
Sure.
and then we do other stuff for the vets. So
But
we do need money.
But
Yeah.
everything, goes to the vets. What did, so once again, May 17th, how would they contact you? Phone number again then?
231-598-7000. There's posters up around. They can
Yeah.
find them.
Yeah.
We're on the internet, with stuff, so it's not hard to find us. If you
Yeah.
want to golf, you can get a hold of the golf course and say, hey, how do I get a hold of Lenny?
Right.
We can do that, or get a hold of you.
Yeah,
you know
right.
You know
We
how
got
to
a
get a hold of me.
poster.
So
We got a
Facebook,
poster.
we're on Facebook. I know that too. So
Okay, yeah.
there
So
is
if you like to golf, folks, I mean, we have a lot of golf outings this year. I know that every year we do, but boy, it's great camaraderie there,
Yep.
and you'll be there, and you're going to be golfing in it?
Yep, I'm golfing.
Who's your team?
Walt Lutz,
Okay.
Jim Cook,
Yeah.
and my grandson Dylan.
Okay, good.
So,
Yeah.
And he's not a golfer, so we're not going to win anything.
No, I got Greg Vodry, he's a handicap.
Yeah.
Dan Spadowski's a handicap, and Scott Wilcox is a handicap, and I don't golf very well.
Yeah.
I don't know what I am.
We're going to have fun laughing at each other.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have fun,
But
yeah.
we're going to
That's what it's all about.
challenge holes. We're going to have a lot of different things out there that people
Yeah.
have not seen in other golf outings. So it'll be interesting. But again, if you want to just volunteer to help veterans out, because we need volunteers to do stuff out there too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Any song you want to play? We're going to close it up here. I got some girls
No,
coming in.
I think we're good there. I mean,
Wanna play
I
the
like
American
what you're
Soldier?
thinking.
I will, but I got to turn the stream off. So let's do that after the break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. We're going to stream this. All right. Well, thanks, Lenny.
Well, thank you all.
All right, if you're listening on the stream, we're going to end it here, and we'll be back with more of Curry's Corner right here on B1039 on WBZX Big Rapids. Coming back in just a few.
Looked at Curry's.
Pete, why do you come to Curry's?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I go to Curry's to get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions and mayonnaise and ketchup. And you're not going to ask, where's the beef? It's going to be in the bun.
How special is your mom? Hopefully, she's one of the most treasured people in your life. Well,